In a simple form, the MDF is a special metallic frame designed and constructed with columns of receptacles to firmly hold the termination modules for the trunk and extension cables. Let us mount the MDF. First, marking is done, then after, drilling, and then MDF is mounted onto it with the help of the screws provided. The second MDF is already mounted here for the field wiring. Connect the free ends of the Ethernet cable coming out of the system into the MDF with the help of the Crone tool. Insert another insertion module for the wiring from second MDF. We are using jumper to connect extension lines from system side to the field side MDF for easy cable identification and maintenance. The upper part of first MDF connects system wiring. The upper part of second MDF connects telephone lines coming from outside, that is, the local exchange and the internal PBX lines. The lower part of MDF connects the extension cables coming from the PBX on one side. The other side connects to each individual port. This is Primary Protection Module 4, which is also known as PPM4. To protect the system from the heavy voltages from the trunk lines, we recommend you to install Matrix PPM4 at the entry point of all the analog trunk lines. Now, let us see how to install the PPM4. This is the template for PPM4. With the help of the template, you can easily mount the PPM4 on a wall. Now, remove the top cover of the PPM and then mount it. PPM4 is a protection device. It has 4 PPM circuits which protects the device whenever voltage or current builds up beyond the permissible limits. Make sure that PPM4 is properly earthed to work well. Connect the analog trunk lines from the public telephone exchange side into the PPM4 port connector. Insert the strip ends of the 2 wires into the green color openings. This is multi-pair wire from PPM4. The blue and white pair corresponds to port 1. The orange and white pair corresponds to port 2. The green and white pair corresponds to port 3. And the brown and white pair corresponds to port 4. Now, terminate the wire pairs emerging from the PPM4 multi-pair cable into the second MDF. We are using jumper to connect PSTN trunk lines from the field side MDF to the system side MDF for easy cable identification and maintenance. Replace the top cover. So we have completed wall mounting of Eternity 6SP here. Let us see the diagrammatic representation of the entire wall mounting process for better understanding. Okay, now connect the power cord of the Eternity PE into the AC outlet and switch on power supply. Observe the power cycle. Power cycle is a power on self-test. It takes about 2 minutes to finish. The LEDs L1 and L2 are turned on and glow orange for a minute. The LEDs of the keys of the digital key phones attached to the system are turned on sequentially. When the system becomes ready after power on, L1 blinks green, 1 second on and 1 second off. L2 glows orange and remains steady on. When the power cycle is successful, the system loads the default settings or factory settings, and the date and time of the real-time clock of the system will appear on the LCD display of the digital key phones connected with the system. The way we have mounted the 6SP system on the wall, similarly, we can mount it on a 19-inch rack. For rack mounting, you will need patch panel. On the front side, there is an array of RJ45 connectors, and on the back side, connectors are there for cabling. Connect trunk cables from public telephone exchange and cables from field extensions on the back side of panel. Each connector on the front corresponds to pair of cable crimped at backside. Now mount patch panel and Eternity PE6SP into the rack with the help of mounting clamps given with the system. And then connect cables coming out of the system into RJ45 connectors of patch panel. So, this was all about the hardware installation of Eternity PE6SP platform. We have covered all these topics for your easy understanding. If you find any difficulties, you can always contact Matrix Technical Support Department for your further assistance.